Então, boa tarde. Falando em português, então, com a licença de vocês. Meu nome é Sandra Pires, se me permite me apresentar, estou atualmente como secretária nacional na diretoria, né, e no Conselho Nacional da Sociedade Teosófica no Brasil. Raquel Campanati é a presidente da UTS no Brasil. E, por favor, next. Oh, yeah. Here? Nothing. Oh, yeah. And em Brasil, nós temos feito alguns trabalhos, né? E eu estou apanhando desse controle aqui, né? E ele está andando sozinho. A slide está caminhando sozinho. Raquel é a presidente atual e dentro da atuação da UTS, rapidamente falando, existe uma atuação especial com foco, que o Ricardo já abordou aqui, na formação de uma escola teosófica no método da autotransformação, já que Vincent Rauchin veio ao Brasil ano passado e nos presenteou, né, com um seminário a respeito disso. A partir dessa experiência, nós formamos um grupo já com a metodologia para professores e a formação da escola. A realidade para essa escola ainda é um projeto que vai ser na área da sede da Sociedade Teosófica, como está mostrado aqui. Esse aqui foi o treinamento que Érica Chaves, da Argentina, que também passou pela formação com o Vic, nas Filipinas, foi para o Brasil e fez essa formação conosco. É um grupo ainda pequeno, mas que a gente vem fazendo o trabalho de crescimento. A ideia é fazer a escola na área da sede nacional, em Brasília. Então, por isso, essa preparação. Estamos também numa fase, não é formalizada oficialmente, porque estamos numa fase também de passar pela aprovação do governo na área de educação. Então, tem todos documentos, enfim, né? Essa preparação. Paralelo a isso, nós começamos um trabalho com crianças aos sábados na sede nacional. Todo sábado há uma palestra para, né, as pessoas conhecerem a teosofia. E nós fazemos convite para elas levarem as crianças. Esse é o logo da Escola Teosófica que a gente quer trazer, né? E aí, nesse trabalho, há um espaço para as crianças ficarem conosco, onde nós estamos, de alguma maneira, fazendo planos também da metodologia da autotransformação. E, enquanto a escola, de fato, não é uma realidade, a gente já tem uma oficina paralela com isso, né? Um outro trabalho que a Raquel pediu para estar divulgando entre vocês é que na cidade de Curitiba, é a capital de um estado no Brasil, o estado do Paraná. Um trabalho que, na revista Sofia, que é uma revista da editora Teosófica, com artigos sobre ciência, religião e filosofia, de as pessoas detentas, os que estão cumprindo prisão em sistema fechado, há naquela cidade um acompanhamento para a remissão de pena, né? Então, diminuindo a pena aqueles que estão, de alguma maneira, participando de atividades com conteúdos da oficina da Sofia, para reintroduzir na sociedade com um princípio de filosofia. Isso lá tem os seus pesos, as suas considerações para aqueles quem faz o acompanhamento, né, e depois a avaliação da pena da pessoa em prisão fechada. E, de alguma maneira, é uma maneira de também levar a filosofia a locais onde não se pensaria em tratar, né, que são pessoas que, de alguma maneira, foram excluídas da sociedade, né. Também um acompanhamento que foi retomado no Brasil foi o ritual de cura, né? Está em Brasília Então, ele funcionou por muitos anos no Rio de Janeiro e atualmente está novamente, né, o ritual foi retomado na sede nacional em Brasília. Acredito que seja isso. Muito obrigada pela atenção de vocês.
Dear sister, dear brother, dear friend, first of all, I would like to bring greetings from the TOS in France for the whole team of the TOS, including its president, Michel Chapotin, and someone which I'm sure you all know, who is always behind TOS work, Diana Dunningham-Chapotin. So in telling you about service activity in our country, we are happy to add our touch of color to the painting we are creating together in this session of TOS work around the world. The TOS has been active in France ever since the end of World War II, as soon as it became possible to take up its works again. It means 80 years of uninterrupted activity. Service projects have varied over the decade, of course, according to the keynotes given by each president. There was a booming period under the leadership of Miss Perrette Domer, when ton and ton of milk powder for baby were sent to India. In collaboration with the Indian embassy in the organization and cultural event and sales, Mrs. Domer raised enough money to pay for the education of well over 100 children. Under Perrette, a great deal of support was also given to the Tibetan refugee in Dharamsala in northern India, and trips were organized to meet the monk we sponsor. Just a personal story, I was there in 2010 in Dharamsala to visit the place and meet with the director of the Tibetan Buddhist dialectic. The first thing he told me, I remember Perrette. We continue to support Perrette's choice of educational institution within India, and it's a joy now to contribute also to the matching grant offered annually to the TOS in the USA for the remarkable Golden Link College in the Philippines. In addition to periodic donation to the project of the Olcott Education Society and the Besant Memorial Animal Dispensary in Adyar, we support a small retirement home for childless widows in St. Thomas Mount in Chennai. This is a particularly touching project. The widow live together with a real family and seems not to need to be drugged up, as they sometimes appear to be in the Western world. Inspired by the example of the TOS in the United Kingdom, our member participates in what Nancy mentioned, the Teddy for Tragedy project. Though we have knitted nowhere near the 10,000 of bears knitted across the English Channel, hats off to our British colleague. The TOS in France also supports a school of 150 children run by the Liberal Catholic Church in Mikondo, Kinshasa, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's a good example of cooperation between organizations. Speaking of the Liberal Catholic Church, we are grateful for it because they are hosting our activity in Paris for the last 15 years without unfailing kindness and generosity. Donation to the project we support have remained stable over the years. We currently have around 100 members and many more friends who donate faithfully. Those of us lucky enough to live close to Paris meet regularly to discuss issues of planetary concern in the light of theosophy and to talk about experience and challenges in our service work. Seminars have been organized over the years, presenting a theosophical perspective on such issues as violence toward women, solitude on the spiritual path, spiritually oriented education, animal suffering, and our carbon footprint. One of the last seminars we organized was on the theme DARE, D-A-R-E, where members discussed the importance of audacity and courage in service work. During the COVID pandemic, it was impossible to hold meetings, as we know. We must report that attendance at our gathering has not returned to the pre-pandemic level. We wonder if any other TOS group have experienced the same problem of drop in attendance. This gives us the idea of increasing our communication through greatly expanding our publication. We invite members and friends to contribute short articles on service-related themes. All subjects are handled in a theosophic spirit, and extensive background material is provided. The latest publication on the theme of the spiritual challenge is on the spiritual challenge of old age and help for the elderly. Contributions have been received from no fewer than 70 members and friends of the TOS, which was a massive response for us. Speaking of the theme of the old age, our members themselves are aging. That's not a surprise for anyone, including our core workers. There is no one on the horizon free to take the work over, alas, bearing in mind the need for a thorough knowledge of basic theosophy and the discernment not to jumble it up with conspiracy theory. In closing here, we would like to highlight a project that has attracted consistent support since early 2022. This is a support for the humanitarian service work of our brave TOS member in war-torn Ukraine. We have not had such a rapid and sustained response from our donors since there was a call for help for victims of the tsunami disaster just over 20 years ago. We feel heartfelt respect for the aid Ukrainian members bring to their fellow citizens in extremely difficult circumstances. The members are a shining example of theosophy in action. Led outstandingly by Svetlana Gravilenko, they are inordinately courageous, unself-pitying, committed through thick and thin, and willing to lay down even their lives. How many of us are called upon in this extreme way at this time? We salute the TOS and the TS in Ukraine and express our total solidarity with them. We share our best wishes with you all for your service work through the TOS and your individual lives.
Thank you, Jacques. Thank you, Jacques.
Dear Nancy, dear fellow members of TOS, welcome to the TOS conference in Vancouver. Thank you for the opportunity to speak comprehensively about the work of the Hungarian TOS service. Slide first. Yes. With the first picture, I already remember the TOS conference I attended 7 years ago in Singapore in 2018, and I came back to Budapest, Hungary, recharged and inspired. This is Hungary, Eastern Europe. Our small group, here is a snapshot of our small group. The group has changed considerably over the years. As life has brought, everything has changed. I present our main activities. Divided into 7 groups, here are our main activities over the past 7 years. The top row shows the activity, the bottom row, the locations. The first, support for the Warm Heart Association. It was the first community we had supported on a sustained basis for years. It is about supporting disadvantaged children, families, and the Roma minority. No? This slide is Marika with the children in the employment house. The creation of the job center was the brainchild of Marika and her husband, Andre. Their aim was to provide a place where children in need and disadvantaged children could go to learn, eat, and play with supervision, rather than loitering on the streets after school. That was their job, and we, along with others, supported them from the beginning. In this picture, our members are bringing Children's Day donation to the event. Every year, we collected and delivered bags, gym equipment, notebooks, and stationery to families in need in Tapiobičke. Santa Claus, Christmas, stove, and fire. In addition to giving gifts to children, we have also delivered stoves and firewood to needy elderly people or families on several occasions. This therapeutic land. This is how we arrived in Tapio land, in the same municipality, where children who have left state care of are mildly disabled are being reintegrated into life, working 4-hour days. For them, we brought toiletries. In the picture, they are thanking us. Yes. Support for Roma municipalities, Fulokért, Csenyéte, and Pusztaradvány. They would have liked to have a bus stop for waiting elderly, sick people and mothers a seat. We have fulfilled this request out of donation. Furniture, household appliances. Used but still in working order household appliances, washing machines, refrigerators, and we collected furniture and donated it to the needy in Csenyéte. Dress distribution and the French knitted teddy bears. One Christmas, in addition to the usual distribution of clothes, we also sent knitted teddy bears made by the French TOS members to be given to us as gift. Support for a Children's Day in Fulokért. And Christmas food donations. During the winter period, food shortages were the most common, with potatoes, oil, sugar, cabbage, flour, canned food, canned goods, and preserves being donated to Fulokért on several occasions. Yes. And donations of Pusztaradvány. This picture was taken during COVID. You can see the mask worn in front of the volunteers' mouths. This is Fulokért, Zoli's grave. The active organizer locally was Zoli, a Roma man who worked as a procurement agent for the local school while he was attending and finishing college. Unfortunately, he was very ill, suffering from sleep apnea, and had to use a device to help him breathe at night. We were responsible for the purchase of this. Sadly, the active man did not wake up one morning. He was 34 years old. The pictures of the devices from a brochure is not of him. summer camp for children in Kisecset. A group of holiday makers with their guides in front of the story house. We are going on a trip. Oven and holidaying children together with their serving parents. Creation and love. Hiking and museum. We have breakfast together and learn to meditate. Fundraising. Our fundraising poster and the teddy bears we collected. Women living in a homeless shelter receive toiletries and cosmetics. Collecting food, second-hand school bags and toys. Collecting toys for a kindergarten of the border. Donations from people who want to help. Buying and assembling an iron bed for an elderly sick member. This picture was taken in May this year. We are still helping with after the operation. Helping Ukrainian refugees. Weeks of refugees arriving at Nyugati station, mostly women and children. The helpers bake pastries to welcome them. The TOS offers common room, welcomes refugees for one-day overnight stays. Refugee reception and picture in a temporary shelter. Cooperation with migration aid. The support groups were immediately in great cooperation with each other. We got to know migration aid during the organization of the day's accommodation. They provided full board for the refugees in a workers' shelter. We helped with the equipment. With donations we received from all over the world, we furnished an activity room for the children, bought a sandpit and umbrellas for the deserted courtyard, and brought food donations. We have also developed a good relationship with the Mandek House of Evangelic Church. We have received several aid packages from America, Santa Barbara, Santa Monica, some of which have been brought here. Cooperation with the Buddhist Karuna Help Service. They were used to deliver medicines and baby food to the hospital in Munkacs. Working with the Krishnas, they have helped to supply the refugees with basic foodstuffs. And we collaborated with the Hello Volunteers group. At a collection point in a workers' hotel, we sorted lots of donations with volunteers above. Cooperation with Greek Catholics. Missing medicines were sent to Transcarpathia through the church by them. And we delivered gifts to Ukrainian children in many parts of the country this Christmas. This picture was taken at a celebration in Budapest. On the left is one of the entries to children's drawing competition. Disaster relief, conservation, peace meditation. litter picking, cleaning up the natural environment. Support for victims of the earthquake in Syria and Turkey. Immediate assistance during the Nova Kakhovka reservoir disaster through the Ecumenic Help Service. And peace meditation. We held peace meditations at the outbreak of the Russian-Ukrainian war and afterwards. And our healing group, it is mostly virtually, as we are at a considerable distance from each other. On the same day and at the same time, we continuously and selflessly do spiritual healing work with great love for the benefit and edification of people who desire to heal. And thank you very much for the attention.
Good afternoon, friends. So, greetings from TOS India. We have TOS headquarters in Varanasi, and thank you for inviting me to speak, Sister Nancy, and also here respected International Vice President Deepa Padi, Dr. Madam Deepa Padi, and all other fellow friends from TOS, members from all over the world. So in India, the TOS is working in 3-tier structures. It is at grassroots level, at local level group, TOS group, then at regional level. India is a big country, so, and at national level at the top. So mainly the activities are conducted by the groups, each local group, whether it is urban or rural. So, like anywhere else, being service-oriented organization, TOS India is, all the groups are conducting medical camps or giving fellowships for education or any disaster relief work. At the time, TOS International also supports, many times they have supported, and locally also they mobilize. And all these activities are being done at decentralized level. So that is how it is going on. And annually we bring out a report every year. This is the annual report of this current year. So every year we collect all the groups' accomplishments, and then we bring out this report, this book. So I'll just circulate. If you want, you can glance at it. And we have a website. We have a website. indiatos.org. That is our website. And we have a mail ID. We have a mail ID also. TOSvaranasi@gmail.com. Anyway, my handwriting, if you are TOSvaranasi@gmail.com. Anyway, this is what I want to just communicate, that because from other countries also we should share our experiences and all. So And also we conduct national camp every year to understand from different regions. We assemble and then update our plan. Initially, I think in Wheaton, they prepared last is a 5-year plan they have made 2013 or something like that. And once in 5 years. And every year also we update plan what activities we should do future and what we are doing, we review. So now I have a 10 minutes video you can watch and then we'll see. Thank you.
In the quietude of dawn, under the shelter of ancient trees, lies a place where silence speaks and service begins. This is the Adyar campus, the heart of the Theosophical Society. For over a century, it has been a sanctuary for seekers, thinkers, and servers. From here, an idea was born that true spirituality is not separate from life, but expressed through it. That love in action is the highest form of wisdom. The Theosophical Order of Service, founded by Dr. Annie Besant in 1908, carries this spirit of service to the farthest corners of India.
Two or 3 years ago, I attended a meeting, the annual general meeting of the TOS India, which took place here in Adyar. They generally take place during the annual convention. And at that point, one of the things that was decided was on the main focus. India does many things to help humanity, to help individuals, and all of that. And for many years, you guys had been focusing on medical aids, wheelchairs, bicycles, things like that, giving them to hospitals and individuals. But at this meeting, it was decided that the focus would be changed to the empowerment of women. I mean, as far as empowering part goes, they and many other places in India did the same thing. They started vocational training, which taught women, particularly women from the slums, to sew, use a sewing machine, embroider, tailoring, and even weaving. And the purpose of that was so that they would have a skill that they could sell and help themselves and their families to have a better income, a better life in that regard. One thing that is being done is that India has focused in the last year or two on gaining more members who are younger members, young Theosophist members. And one of the things that is being done for them is meditation, focusing on like meditation, I don't know if you want to call it courses or classes, but emphasis on meditation and how it helps the inner being, and then through that spills out into society and their everyday lives. There has also been a revival of the World Federation of Young Theosophists in the last maybe 3-4 years. That's going very well. And here at Adyar, one of the I had mentioned ecology. One of the main focuses in the last year or so has been the Adyar Eco Development Project. And we are in this campus here, we are putting a focus on planting natural species, cleaning up, things that should be cleaned up, and they're also we have built one blue-green center. It's called the Blue-Green Center, which is a place where teachers can bring students and also other people can come, and it is for education purposes. Our nursery for younger plants has been redone. We've had something like 15,000 little saplings and species that are going to be planted all over the place. It's an exciting time to be here.
We believe service is a spiritual practice. Whether it's helping a child go to school or feeding a stray animal, every act is a prayer in action. Today, more than a century later, TOS groups across India carry this legacy forward, quietly, sincerely, and with deep compassion.
Yeah, TOS in India, it is operating in the entire country with about 7,000 members, and about 100 groups are actively working. And I do see as current challenges are women's empowerment, girl-child education, livelihood support for the poor, and wellness centers, that is yoga support. Besides our regular medical camps and then giving educational aids, they are the main support TOS is rendering. Especially the new challenges are new initiatives are conducting camps for the disabled, differently abled children. So that is a very interesting thing which is happening. And then supporting to not only serving all the living beings, not only the human being, but also the conservation of forest, biodiversity conservation, and then climate change addressing, and animal welfare. So these are the, and also the strengthening of TOS groups. This group is the basic entity where with a participatory approach to hear all the voices of people in finding out the needs.
Across India, each TOS group functions independently, responding to the unique needs of its local community. Yet, all are united by a shared mission, touching lives, nurturing futures, and sowing seeds of change. Sewing machines were donated at Jewar village in Gautam Budh Nagar by TOS Sanatan Noida Group. Also, during communal weddings, household essentials were gifted to unprivileged families. The warmth of care reached the hearts of children at Delhi, Noida, and Greater Noida centers by provision of food, stationery, and basic education to 250 children. And as winter crept in, members reached out with warmth, distributing food and clothes at Gandhi Kusht Ashram, ensuring no one was left behind. Gujarat Federation turned its focus to the earth, planting 25 mango trees at Popawala Bal Ashram. In Mumbai, the 72nd commemoration meeting for Nar Asho Jamshed Nusirwanji Mehta brought together hearts and memories. Graduating students were felicitated during this event. TOS Maharashtra donated books of children's literature to 28 upper primary schools in Akola and distributed solar-powered lamps to tribals in village Rangubeli of Amravati district. Chitra Group Akola took initiative for pledge to donate eyes. Total 90 members of TS Akola Lodge have submitted their pledge for eye donation. TOS Sri Krishna Lodge Amravati held a health checkup camp for women on Women's Day. Utkal Federation held its 11th regional conference at Ramadevi Women's University, where International President Brother Tim Boyd was the chief guest. The Mahabharat group of TOS Odisha carried out a wide range of impactful service activities focused on community empowerment and well-being. Paper plate making machines were provided to a group of tribal women in Koraput and Nuapatna. In Bengal, during the 23rd National Conference of the Theosophical Society, TOS Bengal distributed 280 school uniforms at the Bharat Sevashram Sangha School in Bolpur Shantiniketan. With support from both TOS and the Sangha, this initiative reflected harmony in shared purpose, nurturing children through collaboration. Tamil Federation lit up lives in quite consistent ways. At Dharmapuri Government Hospital, Sister Dharmalingam ensured 80 patient attendants received breakfast, 8 days a month for 3 months. In Puducherry, academic excellence was celebrated as top performing students received cash awards from Sri Krishna Lodge. At Vellore, physically challenged individuals were given saris and bedsheets. Brother M.J. Raman convened 2 free eye camps, helping 130 people see a clearer tomorrow. TOS India, in collaboration with Mundeshwar Mahadev Seva Samiti, inaugurated a tailoring training center at Varanasi to empower unprivileged women. On the 7th and 8th of June 2025, TOS India conducted its national camp at the sacred grounds of TS Adyar under the able guidance and inspiring initiative of Brother K. Sivaprasad. Across states and hearts, from notebooks to neem trees, from food to fellowship, TOS India continued its journey. A journey guided by the simple truth that true service transforms both the giver and the receiver.
So this is a glimpse of, no, there are many other, only some states we could cover in this video, and some photos could not be shown. I mean, like, somehow only voice was there and photos were not there. But so this is how it goes on, and maybe I think it is 15 minutes, and if you have any questions today and tomorrow, I am here, and then we can interact. Thank you very much.
Good to see you all here. I bring to you the greetings of our former representative, Sandra and Stefania. Down there? Okay, sorry, I'm not... They cannot be with us today, and I want to express a fraternal closeness. They sent this report, and I am going to read it. Since 2018, last World Congress, the war has changed between pandemics and wars, and tempers have become more aggressive. In spite of this, the Theosophical Order of Service in Italy has continued to pursue its existing projects and to be open to new proposals. Service do not have main charters. We would like to honor all the members and the followers. Thank you. Okay, I'm very small. And followers of the Theosophical Society, who over these years have strongly believed in the fundamental principle of being Theosophists, the unity of life. The TOS in Italy support the Alcott schools. Last year, in addition of the usual donation, we renewed the mattresses in the student residence. Support for Social Welfare Center, a beautiful kindergarten at the doors of the Adyar, and the Little Flower Convent, a center for the deaf and blind people run by Sister Dominic, a woman of extraordinary human depth. In 2018, as already mentioned by Nancy, during the International Congress in Singapore, our sister, Deepa Padi, shared a charity initiative for disadvantaged but deserving girls in Odisha. From there started the Woman Empowerment Project, a scholarship targeting these very young girls designed to last 5 years and subsequently extended. On the same occasion, they also met the president of TOS in Pakistan, Hamid Mayet, and there the link between Italy and Pakistan was strengthening for the already existing project, the Kandil School, which offer education in difficult areas to boys and girls through the commitment of young teachers, thus offering job and education opportunities also to the female gender that is so badly treated in those areas. The Romani camp project, located in the suburbs of city of Vicenza, has been going on since 2017. There are about 70 people, half of them even very young minors, without access to sanitary facilities, safe drinking water and electricity. The road to reach them, as can you see from the picture, is long and studded with deep holes, making it difficult to enter and leave the camp. Stefania is the teacher of their children from 6 to 10 years old and is involved in both teaching and inclusion. These children are often isolated and need practical help to socialize. This also means providing them with hygiene, clean clothes, and snacks. For the past 6 months, due to their frequent and obvious absences, she has been carrying them to school and taking them home every day. It is said that no child is lost if he has a teacher who believes in him, and she believes in them deeply. The support extends to the whole camp, and with constant help on the TOS office, we have managed to meet many of their needs: food, medication, blankets, clothes, and shoes. Myanmar is a wonderful country, but unfortunately plagued with years by a very serious political crisis, a civil war, and in the last year also a devastating earthquake. It leaves a suffering that often goes unheard, overshadowed by other emergencies. The TOS in Italy has been supporting Father John for a long time, and every year makes a donation for purchasing medicines. HPP said that relating is preferable to just donating. In 2019, our second mission to Syria was crucial for meeting people and strengthening ties, as well as checking on the progress of the project we started back in 2013. Together with Dr. Ali Nasser, a Syrian refugee with whom we already collaborated in previous projects, we started supporting a small and unique pediatric clinic inside the Bab al-Salam refugee camp. Today, unfortunately, after last year's political scenarios, the refugee camp has been destroyed and the clinic with it. People have sought refuge elsewhere, but we have no further information about. A prayer from the bottom of our hearts for all them. In 2020, during the pandemic, TOS promptly mobilized to offer support to the most fragile people. We provide food to families in need, help those with pets, and offer car rides to the hospital. In 2021, a support network was organized for Ukraine, We are in constant contact with the Theosophical Society in Kiev, which update us on needs and request help with specific projects, such as distributing food and medicine and supporting families with disabilities. For those who remain in the country, sorry. At the same time, we have been helping those who arrived in Italy, peculiarly in Rome, where a group of theosophists has offered welcome, help, and listening. An Italian sister created a challenging project, which is the Prism Project, thought to bring listening and humanity where loneliness often reigns. Through the use of art and the development of creativity, we want to give people a tool of obtain relief, recover self-system, and relationship with the community. Fundamental in this path are the theories of Assagioli, psychosynthesis, and educational art. In 2022, 2 ophthalmoscopies for newborn babies were donated to Vicenza Hospital with a significant contribution from donors who supported the project. The TOS in Italy has very stopped caring also for non-human life, always promoting vegetarianism. There are those who dedicate themselves to the caring of animals, especially in winter, offering shelter to stray cats and birds with small kennels. We have also supported the Aleppo Cat project because in war zones, animals need care as much as humans. In addition, we support the Besant Memorial Animal Dispensary in Adyar. Another aspect we would like to mention are those forms of service that are less visible but not less profound, which brings our works to subtle level, such as the Elf Mail project, which stems from the desire to bring comfort and beauty through the handwritten letters inspired by words that speak to the heart. You can find them at the back of the room. The Healing League also has this aim. It is a silent network of people who, through prayer and meditation, offer support in difficult times. It is made up of brother and sister united in helping to alleviate suffering and sister humanity in rediscovering its own power of self-healing. It is a discreet but profound form of service, acting in the invisible place of the art and spirits. And then is our charity bazaar, a small reality that has been with us for years and is much more than a fundraising activity. Every object created or donated is a gesture of love. This is service too, silent, humble, and full of light, always at the back of room. After 13 years of dedicated service with their hearts full of gratitude, Sandra and Stefania feel the need to change their role among the movement. Our sister, Flavia Polignano, will take the responsibility for the Italian work, as she is a person with a big heart, and she will carry on with the same dedication all the projects. But also we're looking forward to new and significant horizons for the future. This is the TOS, a silent, strong network of active consciousness, serving without clamor, but with continuity and a sense of secret. Thank you. Well,
Un saludo de parte de Lucila García, quien encabeza la Orden Teosófica de Servicio en Ciudad de México. Estaba este informe para que lo leyera una hermana, pero se siente un poco mal, así es que yo voy a leerlo. Mi nombre es Margarita. Adelante, por favor. Okay. La Orden Teosófica de Servicio inicia sus actividades en febrero del 2021 con la oración de sanación, en la cual se ha llevado a cabo semanalmente hasta la fecha. Surgió la idea de unir al continente americano hispanoparlante, invitando a miembros de otros países para guiar la oración y formar así un núcleo de humanidad a través de la oración. Hemos tenido asistencia de 9 países. Esta es el flyer que se distribuye a través de los diferentes chats, en los diferentes horarios. Y participan encabezando la oración de sanación también hermanos de diferentes países de habla hispana. Okay. Los miembros de la Logia Tonantzin en la parte superior verán el área de México en la cual se lleva a cabo esta actividad. Los miembros de la Logia Tonantzin de Tuxtla Gutiérrez, Chiapas, se unieron a la Orden Teosófica de Servicio, participando como voluntarios en la repartición de comida calientita, en la entrega de 60 comidas semanales en la Colonia del Carmen, hasta que la donante falleció, iniciando actividades desde el 2022 hasta la fecha, cerrando en enero el Día de Reyes con regalos y desayunos para los niños, y en abril el Día del Niño, llevando alegría a los niños con piñatas, juguetes, comida y ropa. Una hermana hace un cuentacuentos transmitiendo la idea de valores. Estas son fotografías de ese día. Apoyando a los jóvenes en el albergue de la Secretaría de Salud para jóvenes huérfanos o abandonados en Tuxtla Gutiérrez, Chiapas. Una hermana de la Logia Tonantzin va como voluntaria al albergue, cuenta cuentos e historias para los niños. Clases de cocina vegetariana y reunión de miembros y simpatizantes de las ramas Alfa y HPV de Puebla, organizando cada mes cursos de cocina vegetariana y convivencia fraterna. Rehabilitando un parque de León, Guanajuato, inicia en diciembre del 2021 hasta la fecha por un miembro de la Logia Alfa de Puebla. El parque estaba en completo abandono, lo rehabilita con algunas donaciones que se reciben. Este trabajo ha unido a los vecinos que anteriormente no se lograba que participaran, y gracias a la OTS la hermana recobró como nuevos alientos para continuar con este servicio, y el parque se notan los cambios que han llevado a cabo. Rescatistas Adopta de Corazón continúa con las actividades en la Ciudad de México. alimentando, esterilizando y ofreciendo otros servicios médicos para nuestros hermanos más pequeños, así como dotando de comida y albergue y fomentando la adopción de animales. Apoyo a alcohólicos y drogadictos en el Centro de Salud Ignacio Mariscal del Centro de Puebla por un hermano médico de las logias Alfa. Donación de cenas en el Hospital del Niño Poblano por las hermanas de la logia Alfa y HPV. Donación de ropa en el mismo hospital para padres de los niños hospitalizados. Una hermana ginecóloga de la Ciudad de México ofrece sus servicios ginecológicos para mujeres de escasos recursos. Lo hace en Ciudad de México y en la Ciudad de Puebla. A veces otorga también medicamentos y todo el tratamiento que necesite. Apoyo a niños en regularización y de estancia infantil en resguardo en la ciudad de Zaragoza, Puebla. Venta de algunos productos, algunos artículos para obtener recursos para la Orden Teosófica de Servicio en México. Gracias, hermanos. Esperamos inspirar un poquito, pero sobre todo inspirarnos de los trabajos de todos los países para continuar con el servicio. Muchas gracias.